Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do the head space and the heart space. So we're going to do also some mirror work since your divine counterpart has no choice but to mirror back to you what's inside of you, whether it be conscious or unconscious. So I always like to do mirror work on my readings as well to help everyone get into twin flame union. Okay, also I am offering 10-minute free readings to anyone who subscribes. And thank you so much to my subscribers who have already subscribed. So also I'm offering 10-minute free readings to those of you who have already subscribed. So if you have already subscribed, please comment below, or you can email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. And you could just let me know. And everyone gets one question. And so but also if you are a new subscriber, please subscribe, let me know that you subscribed, and give me your one question. And yep, so that will be free for 10 minutes. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to switch over here now. Okay. So my intention for this channel is to help as many people as possible get into twin flame union, help people become the highest versions of themselves. I'm here to help empower as many DFs and DMs as I can, and to be a clear channel for the divine and have fun. Please go ahead and make your own intentions for what you want to get out of this channel. Also, if you have a rose quartz, what I'm being told is called crystal work. If you have a crystal, it doesn't have to be this size. It could be a lot smaller. My guides will give you extra clarity to you through your own crystal. So this is a rose quartz. Okay. And so go ahead and, if you have one, go ahead and put one next to you. And your guides and my guides will collaborate and give you some extra clarity, is what they're telling me, which is awesome. I could use that help. Okay. Also, I'm going to do this pile for the divine masculine and this pile for the divine feminine. Feel free to switch roles, whatever you relate to. Also, feel free to see both as you, as we are the divine, as we all are both the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies. And so, yes, whatever you relate to is best for you. All right, so this will be for the divine masculine. So we're asking the divine masculine. All right, we're asking the divine masculine, which, by the way, I just want to kind of clear the cards from the last reading, just clear it with the selenite. Just super quick. Clear, clear, clear. Forgot to do this, sorry. Okay, so this is for the divine masculine. What is in the headspace, please? What is in the headspace for the divine masculine this week? And when you click on this, this is the right time for you. This is why I no longer give dates or what week this is, because that doesn't matter. Time doesn't even matter at this point. Just it doesn't. And so when you click on this, it's the right time for you. And this does nothing to do with this particular day that's happening now. So for the divine masculine, what is in the headspace right now? So what we have is Ten of Swords, and we have Queen of Pentacles reversed. So in the headspace, so what I'm getting is that, obviously they are not nurturing themselves in their head. Maybe they're overthinking. What they're thinking about is the painful ending. So this is what's roaming through their minds at this time. Okay, and again, this is a mirror, so this may have something to do with maybe what's in your mind as well. So just know, like, how you're feeling gets mirrored back into how they're feeling and vice versa. And so both sides need to balance out, right? And trust in one another. Let's look at, I'm sorry, you know what? Let me get a clarifier. I would like a clarifier, please. Why is the Ten of Swords upright with the Queen of Pentacles reversed? In the headspace, please. Why is the Ten of Swords upright with the Queen of Pentacles reversed for the divine masculine? Aww. Well, what's going on in their headspace is that you guys are twin flames, right? So, yeah. So I guess what I'm getting from this is that they are feeling pretty bad about the painful ending. Maybe they feel bad about how things ended. Maybe they are not nurturing themselves because maybe they're feeling guilty about how things ended. So that's what's going in their minds right now. And so they're trying to figure out a way to balance out their own yin and yang, right? Obviously, this is a mirror thing where now they have to also figure out how to be in union with themselves, just as just as the divine feminine. Okay, because this is a fifth dimensional relationship. Okay, so let's look at the divine feminine. What is in the headspace for the divine feminine? What is in the headspace for the divine feminine, please? Two cards. Okay, so what's in the headspace for the divine feminine is we have heart chakra. That's interesting. And then we have this would be blue would be the wands, so 5 of Wands reversed. That's really good, actually, because if you look at it upright, I'm sorry, swords. I do apologize. The blue would be swords. I do believe, yeah, the purple would be wands. So in this case, this is the 5 of Swords reversed, okay? And so that's beautiful that it's reversed, okay? That means you're coming out of this conflict, you're coming out of this feeling of defeat, okay? That's what's going on in your head. You're coming out of this, okay? And you're more into your heart is what I'm getting. You're getting more into your heart space. You're loving yourself is what I'm getting. Unconditional love. Unconditional love for yourself. That's beautiful. Not feeling as defeated, not feeling conflicted. Okay, that's awesome. So let's get a clarifier for headspace for the divine feminine. Let's get a clarifier for the divine feminine for the collective. Divine feminine collective. Okay, and so it did actually come out reversed. So, but it says coffee cup, meeting, conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. So what I'm getting, because it's reversed, I almost feel like you're good right now with like having a cup of coffee with yourself, like making yourself a nice cup of tea, just being with yourself, just loving yourself, like nurturing yourself, like just really like loving being away from the drama and just like loving your serenity and your peacefulness. This is what I'm getting. You're really self-loving right now. It's like you're conversing with yourself. You're savoring each moment with yourself. You're feeling uplifted with yourself. Now, for some of you, maybe it's the opposite. So, but again, go by, again, you can take both or you can relate to one or the other. This is a collective reading. It may not relate at all. Or for some of you, maybe you are feeling not very, very uplifted in your head right now, in your headspace. And maybe you're feeling like this will never happen and like you feel like you're missing out. You want to meet your divine masculine for a cup of coffee and it's just not happening. And so maybe for some of you, you're feeling bad about that. I think a lot of you, you're doing it for yourself right now, which is beautiful. All right, let's look at the divine masculine for heart space. Okay. You know what? Let me mirror this first. Let me mirror the headspace. Okay. What is in the headspace? What is in their headspace about themselves for the divine masculine? Let's see that first. And again, you can switch the roles. But what is in the headspace for the divine masculine about themselves? What is in their headspace about themselves? Oh, interesting. This has to do with themselves. So that's what makes this interesting. So they're getting the devil and the 9 of Cups. So the divine masculine, what's going on and how, like what their headspace is about them is they see themselves as obsessed. Like they just view themselves as somebody who's like very, very attached, okay? But they also are viewing themselves as like going for their wish fulfillment. At the same time, they feel like they see themselves as obsessed with you, but at the same time they feel like, but at the same time, like, this is my wish fulfillment. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so let's look at the divine and again, you can switch the roles. Okay, what is in the headspace about yourself? What is in the headspace about yourself? Oh, that's interesting. So about yourself, we have the Lover's card reversed, and we have the Sun card reversed. So for some of you, maybe this is something to do with maybe you feel like you're missing. Maybe you're just not connected to yourself right now. Maybe you're not feeling very good about yourself. Maybe you're very down on yourself. Maybe this is even unconscious. Perhaps this could be unconscious. Perhaps, you know what, okay, because of this, I feel like I really would like my shadow cards for this to kind of dig deeper as to why this is here. So, not feeling very harmonious with yourself and not feeling happy within yourself for some of you. And so I'm just going to hit pause because I just want to do more on this. Okay, so I have my little shadow cards. They're not really cards. They're little shadows here, and so I just kind of wanted to say for the divine, first we'll do the divine masculine. Okay, so right now, like again, the divine masculine sees themselves as obsessed, very attached, but at the same time, they feel like this is their wish come true, and this is what's going to satisfy them. So, what is the shadow work with this? What does this have to do with, please? That has to do with in themselves. Okay, and then what about the divine feminine? What does this have to do with the divine feminine? Yeah. So there's a shadow going on here for some of you that might be blocking the connection. So for the divine masculine, in the past, they may have seen themselves as faithless. Okay, faithless to themselves, faithless to you, not being faithful in some sort of way. Okay, and that is why they are kind of inadvertently blocking because of this shadow inside of themselves that they have to work on, they have to heal. They're coming to terms with this, that perhaps they didn't do things that were for the highest good. Perhaps they're feeling guilty. But anyway, there's something to do with faithless on the divine masculine side. I'm getting this is more the past and really not. For some of you, it could be the present, but I'm getting for most of you, this has to do with the past because at this time they see themselves as obsessed with you, and they feel like that they may not have treated you the best, and so they are trying to heal and accept this shadow part of themselves. Okay, and then for you guys, we get repelled, which is interesting, right? Because that's exactly what's happening. The divine masculine, divine feminine are being repelled right now. Why are we being repelled? Well, because it has to do with the mirror work and the shadow work, right? So being repelled, so you're repelling. Maybe you're repelled due to this faithlessness. Okay, maybe you're feeling repelled because you feel like this is a disharmonious connection. Okay, and maybe you're feeling pretty hopeless about it and you feel like that this is never going to happen, this this meeting, right? That this communication that you want with your divine masculine, and so you're feeling repelled, you're feeling separated. But let's get some guidance here. Let's get some guidance on this. What else do we need to know, please, about this faith? I mean, there's not really much else we need to know about the faithlessness, really. Here, let's get some guidance here. Let's get some guidance. Let's do the DM first, because these shadows need to be healed and cleaned out before we get into twin flame union. Okay, if the divine masculine is really thinking this way, it's something inside of both of you that needs to be healed? Okay, what's the guidance here? Yeah, life surfing. Okay, so what this says is, it says feeling capable of overcoming adversity, no expectations, approaching life like a sport. Right. Okay, so that's the key, right? For any relationship, it's almost like there's been some adversity. By the way, there is a universal secret behind all this, by the way. And if your divine masculine was faithless, maybe not faithful to you at some point, or maybe chose someone over you or something to that nature, please know it is basically still a mirror of you, okay, where you got in the way of yourself. I know that sounds weird, but that's just how the twin flame journey works. It's a journey back to you, and they're just mirroring back in any shape, way, or form that you're not treating yourself right. Okay, and then life surfing is the guidance for the DM side, and that's about overcoming adversity, having no expectations, and like just surfing, like just taking it easy, okay? Not feeling so, I don't know, like just all in their heads, obsessed. Like really their headspace is all about the feeling about the painful ending. Yeah, it's a lot. All right, let's look at the divine feminine. What's the guidance for the divine feminine with this headspace of feeling repelled? Okay, what's the guidance? What's the guidance for this? For the divine feminine side. Past programming. Yeah. Choose your beliefs, recognize false stories, external conditioning, make decisions that support your goal. Yeah, it is about the programming. Right now, we're so programmed to feel a certain way. There's beliefs that need to be shed about this. There is a universal secret to this. And so if you're interested in that, it's going to change your whole perception. I tell you right now, it's going to change your whole perception of everything. If you're interested in that, you could email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. Okay, so let's do the heart. What for the divine feminine? What is the heart space? What is in, the divine masculine. For the divine masculine, what is in the heart space at this time? What is in the heart space for the divine masculine when it comes to the divine feminine? What is in their heart space when it comes to their divine feminine? Okay, what's going on in their heart space is we have Wheel of Fortune upright, and we have Six of Pentacles reversed. So in their heart space, they feel like they hit the jackpot with you. They know you are their destiny, and they want a second chance with you. But at the same time, they don't feel quite equal to you yet. There's a little imbalance that they feel like there's an imbalance that they're not quite at your level, is what I'm getting. They don't feel quite equal to you. Okay, now let's get a clarifier. Why is the Six of Pentacles reversed with the Wheel of Fortune for the heart space? For the divine masculine. Why? So it actually came out reversed, and so this is called the runner. It says runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, and listening to. So what? So they no longer feel like. First of all, they don't feel like they're a runner. But what I'm getting with this, in their heart space, they never wanted to run away from you. As a matter of fact, they may feel like you're the one that ran away from them, and it may not have been like physically what you experienced, but in their heart space, they may feel like you're the one that had the fear of the intimacy, that perhaps you're the one that was perhaps wanting to run, maybe, or maybe they had to run because they definitely did not feel good enough for you. So in their heart space, they know you're their destiny, but they don't quite feel as your equal. Okay, and remember, they have to mirror that in you and something they're working on in themselves. Okay, So always be the mirror, right? Always think about like what is it inside of you that could mirror that? And are you feeling codependent? Because if you are feeling codependent on your twin flame, that means you don't feel enough on your own and you're not feeling. And if you look at the video that has to do with the theme for the week, you'll see that the Divine Feminine's theme is all about becoming the gift for themselves, where they are honoring themselves and they are nurturing themselves and they're treating themselves like a gift. And when you don't do that, then the Divine Masculine just mirrors that back to you. In the heart space, okay, so for the Divine Feminine, in the heart space, throat chakra is reversed as well as Two of Cups is reversed. Okay, so what this has to do with is that in the heart space, you feel like, well, there's no communication going on. There's definitely no relationship going on. And so it's almost like there's like a distrust, right? So there's a distrust that this will even happen, not really believing it, and feeling like it is not going anywhere. So let's do this. Let's mirror this now. So for the Divine Masculine, what is in the heart space for themselves? And then we'll do the Divine Feminine. What is in the heart? Like how does the Divine Masculine feel about themselves, like in the heart space? In their heart space, how does the Divine Masculine feel about themselves? 2 cards. So in the heart space, we have, for the Divine Masculine, we have 10 of Pentacles reversed, and we have 3 of Swords reversed. So in their heart space, the way they see themselves as mending a broken heart, because it is reversed, so they are either mended or mending, still mending, a broken heart. So in their heart space, they realize that they were brokenhearted, but that they are getting over that now. And in their heart space, they also see themselves as not quite achieving their ultimate destiny or prosperity, or they have not quite achieved what they wanted to achieve in their heart space yet. Let's look at the Divine Feminine side. How does the Divine Feminine feel about themselves in the heart space? In the heart space, how does the Divine Feminine feel about themselves? Because this is what's going to be mirrored back to them by their divine counterpart. And really anyone. Okay? This is how this world, this matrix works this way, in this way. All right, so this is what's being mirrored back, right? So we have the Tower card reversed, and we have the 6 of Wands reversed. So in the heart space, kind of the same thing, right? Almost. So, in your heart, you haven't quite had the success that you were hoping for. Okay, you didn't have that victory in your heart space, that there's that ultimate achievement that you did not achieve in your heart space. At the same time, in your heart space, you also know that you've gone through quite the transformation. In your heart space, you've gone through quite a few tower moments, which to me is like the dark night of the soul, a clearing, shedding old beliefs. It could last an hour, it could last 2 days, it could last a month. But you, in your heart space, you're very well aware that you have gone through it, okay, in your heart space. Okay. So now let's get advice for that. Let's get some advice for the Divine Masculine for the heart space. What do you want the Divine Masculine to know for the heart space, please? Oh, boy. Do you want me to use these cards? Okay. For the DM, what is the advice for the DM? Inspired thoughts. Yeah. For the DM, it's alignment brings incredible ideas, new thoughts, new decisions, new immediate action, new reality. It's being inspired. Okay, you ask the DM to be more inspired. That might mean, looking outside not like we're really going within for guidance, but also maybe like what I'm doing right now is like I just happen to like Mind Valley, but whatever it is that you're into, wherever you get inspired, whatever inspires you. Okay, could be books, could be the Gaia channel, could be through meditation. Inspired thoughts. That's going to get you closer to union. Having inspired thoughts. Perspective. Having a new perspective for the DF. Gaining clarity, seeing the other side, having impressions versus facts. I tell you right now, you don't have all the facts. I'm telling you right now, there is a universal secret. You don't have all the facts. Okay. And then also taking responsibility, having a new perspective, knowing that you are. So again, there's 3 levels of consciousness. The first level is the world is happening to me. Next level, when you get a little bit higher in consciousness, it's the world is happening for me. Third level of consciousness is the world is me. And when you realize the world is you, you see life very differently. And you know that everything that's happening to you is because of you. It's the way you're thinking, it's the way you're feeling, and yes, even unconscious things. And so that's why it's really, really, really good to do your shadow work. It's pay attention to those triggers because that's what's going to teach you what's unconscious inside of you that needs to be healed, needs to be called back, and needs to be truly loved. Now, truly like accepted in yourself. Let's get some clarity here though. 3, let's get some 3 little clarifiers here. What do you want us to know? 3, please. Oh, that's too many. We just want 3. Okay, how many is that? Okay, perfect. All right. So we got sorry. So your DM is very sorry. The DM wants you to know that they're feeling very sorry. So reason, what this is telling me is that for some of you, perhaps you're on the reason timeline, which is around the 4th dimension. So some of you on the 4th, like you're vibrating at about 400 on the reason timeline. Okay, so another 100 notches, you'll get to the love timeline. That is considered the 5th dimension. So in this dimension of the 4th dimension, or the vibration of reason, it's pretty good, right? Now you are accepting of what's going on. You're having more reason as to what is going on. And then soon you'll get into that love vibration where you unconditionally love yourself, unconditionally love others. Okay. So if you do get into union in the reason vibration though, the problem is that the version of your twin flame at the reason vibration is not quite at the unconditional love version. And so you have to work on loving yourself, nurturing yourself. Again, the shadow work is going to bring you higher, because even though, like, let's say you say, well, gee, I'm feeling in joy, right? Like I'm always happy. The problem is what you don't realize, what's blocking you to get to the 5th dimensional joy is what's unconscious, which is your shadows, which you've cast aside, which is your programming, and you don't even know it's bringing you down. You don't even know that is like heavy or dark. And so in that darkness is a part of you, and that's okay, but you have to bring it to light so that you can own it. Heal it if it's your inner child, if it still wounds you, or if it's something that triggers you, it's still, affecting you in a negative way, and that brings you down your vibration. Okay, the next one, we just got signs. They're saying look for signs everywhere you go. They're always showing you signs. Could be feathers, could be through insects, animals. Look up their totems. As a matter of fact, let's see. Let's get this. This prompts me for this deck. This is called Signs and Synchronicities. What sign might you see? What's a sign that the DM or the DF might see? Or what synchronicity? Or what other shadow? What do you want us to know? Ivy. For some of you, you might see ivy. This has to do with clinging. Might be clinging onto the past. Okay, so have a new perspective on the past. And when you do, and when you raise your vibration, when you get into a new vibration to a higher realm, you actually change the whole timeline. And please know, I'm only reading a timeline right now. This is just a timeline that you're on. It can always be shifted. Any timeline can be changed. I should say that before every single reading. Every timeline can be changed because when you raise your vibration, not only do you change the future, but you change the past. So clinging. Clinging could also be clinging to your notion of what something should look like. Okay, let's pull some initials here. Let's see what we got here. Let's pull some initials. What do we got here? All right, we got E, we got N, V, E, J, T, E, T, O. Wow, 3 E's. A lot of E's going on here. And then V, N, J, T, T, O. All right, so maybe that is a confirmation for you. All right, so we're also going to do like what's a good modality? What's a good modality to help you? What kind of modality can help you through this right now? What modality could be healing for you at this time? Oh, 432 hertz. Frequency of the universe and body. So if you want to listen to that while you're sleeping at night, I find it on YouTube. I'm sure there's many other places you can find it. Maybe Spotify. I don't know. I don't own a Spotify. I don't have a membership with Spotify, I mean. Okay, so now let's do a message from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. Or vice versa. You could always reverse this. If you feel like you are the opposite, then please reverse this. Know it's a message for you, the viewer. Just know this is a message for you. It has nothing to do with the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Whatever you relate to, this is a message for you from your divine counterpart. I'm going to pull 2. Okay, the first one is, I've never forgotten you, even though you think I have. I've never forgotten you, even though you think I have. Aw, okay. I like to pull from this deck because this kind of also can show you if you're where you're at. Maybe if you're imbalanced in your DM and DF sides of you, this will show you just by this message. It will show you if you are balanced in your DM and DF or not, which is okay because if you're not, you just balance it. Yeah, so this is just me saying that. Okay, let's pull this out. So the message is, this will never work out because I'm just not good enough for you. And what's interesting is that that's what we were saying before, right? We were saying that they didn't feel equal to you. They just don't feel good enough for you right now. They just don't feel good enough. So what does that mean, not feeling good enough? So if you look at this little chart here, which I get off of the wakeupexperience.eu, I like this little handy dandy chart, and it tells you when they're not feeling good enough for you, it could be because you're feeling codependent and you're not feeling enough on your own. You're not feeling like, like your world or your life or everything about your life is heaven. When you get there, trust me, it's utopia. It's just like your life just feels so good. You wake up in the morning and you just nurture yourself all day and you're like, what can I do for myself today? And you just enjoy your life so much on your own. And you just feel so happy. You're still sending love to your Divine Masculine. Maybe you're visualizing your Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine, whatever you relate to, with you at all times. And they're actually sharing with you. So, the monks know this, right? So they always isolate themselves, except with each other. And they practice, enlightenment, because it's not about the physical, right? They're becoming one with spirit, and that's how they become one with everyone. And so, not that we're here to do that. That's not really our calling, but it is to know we are all one, and it is to feel into spirit and to trust in spirit and to really enjoy our own company. Okay. So also, so for the most part, it's just not feeling needy, right, for something outside of you. Because what you'll find, and ask anyone who's married, is that, being with another person doesn't necessarily make you happy. Like you can't find your happiness in a relationship with someone else. It's always your own self that you find happiness with. Okay, so I'm just going to pull one more message for the DM to the D up. One more message. Oh, it says, I don't know how I feel anymore. They're so confused. So again, this is something where they're getting over this broken heart, but at the same time, they see you. I'm telling you right now, I think for your DM, they see you as the runner. Physically, you may not have been the runner, but in the relationship, they may have felt you disconnect, or it's something unconscious inside of you. Like I always tell my story, right, where I numbed out. In my connection with my twin flame, I numbed out, and I didn't know it was because I was not connected. I was not emotionally connected to myself. It was something that was unconscious within me. And I think other boyfriends in my life have also noticed, because I don't know, my boyfriends are always so mad at me. I never knew why, but it was unconscious to me that I wasn't emotionally connected to myself. And so they feel that. And so they did not feel, my divine masculine did not feel like I was emotionally connected to him. Okay. And so, well, this is what he told me when he broke up with me. He said, it's just like it did not feel like I was emotionally connected to him. And so, but there is a universal secret to this. Okay. So there is something more to this that you need to know. But just know it's like a version of them. It's a version of them based on your vibration. Just remember that. Okay. And so that's what's going on. It's so convoluted, this universe. But yeah, if you're interested in a twin flame reading, 10-minute free twin flame reading, please email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do appreciate all my new subscribers. And I appreciate you for clicking on my channel. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.